Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Up Level of Not Just Another Mom podcast. I am your host, Leslie, and as always, I am so grateful that you are here with me this week. You guys, I am so freaking excited for this new up level of the podcast. If you are new here, welcome to season 5, episode 1 of the podcast, and we are adding a video component to the podcast. So you can find me at Leslie and Co XO on YouTube, and you can find this and all previous episodes of the podcast on my YouTube channel as well. So I'm so excited. I used to make fun of my dad and my husband because they would sometimes watch sports radio shows on TV. And I was like, why are you watching sports radio shows on TV? Like, why not just listen to it on the radio? And here I am. I just had to quickly check to make sure that my microphone was on, but we are all good. So I have so much exciting stuff that I want to share with you guys here about the podcast, and a pretty cool experience that I am launching for my listeners, clients, all the things. So let's dive right in. If you are new here and you are listening to me on YouTube, be sure to click that subscribe button and follow us along for all the amazing journeys. You know what? Before we even get started, I feel like I just need to ground and center myself. So we are going to do just that. I always start my recording and rituals, anything I do, with lighting some sage and Palo Santo. So why not do that now while I have this new video feature to the podcast so you guys can embrace in that energy as well. And of course, I left my lighter just over here. So okay. So if you want to join in, grabbing your sage. I don't know why I always start with sage. Sage helps to remove negative energies and dispel them from the area. You can use it to cleanse your space and your energy yourself. You can just waft it towards you. So I'm super excited for that. And then Palo Santo. This is a fresh stick. Just lighting that up and getting that energy in here. Palo Santo is said to bring about positive energy and just bring positive energy into the space. Okay, taking a moment to collect myself because I feel I'm actually very nervous adding this video feature to the podcast. Um, which is weird because I'm recording it the exact same way I normally would record the podcast. Like, I'm still using the same program, I'm still doing all the things the same. So it's funny, adding this video component just brings up so much nerves and excitement about it. And hence the reason for season 5. Like, there is no rhyme or reason to why I change up the seasons. It's just kind of about bringing fresh energy to the podcast and up leveling it each time we go. So here is what I want to talk with you guys about. I have created this amazing experience with the launch of my YouTube channel and with like I just had this immense, like huge download, and it's still processing and going on. So I am going to offer a YouTube experience. This is called Answering the Call. This is for anybody who is feeling stuck in where they are in their business. It's for the goddess who knows she needs to dive deeper and dive into her subconscious work and release those patterns that are keeping her stuck where she's at. This is a completely free experience. So, we are going to be launching it fully next week and giving you more details all week long. But what it is going to be is there is going to be 4 phases, and each week I'm going to bring you new videos to take you along this transformation of answering the call. If you're anything like me, answering the call is about that calling in your soul for more. And you know you're meant to do more, to have more, to be more, to create more impact, to have more freedom, more abundance, more joy, more peace, more ease, all of like the just more in general. And maybe you're not quite where you want to be. This is how you answer that call. I'm going to take you on a journey through my YouTube channel, and we are going to create that transformation for you to pop that bubble. For if you've been feeling like you are on the verge of getting to where you want to be, but you feel like you've been on the verge for a very long time, this is what answering the call is for. So if this is you, there is going to be a link to register below. You can only get access to the answering the call experience through registering. It's going to be listed as a secret playlist. So you will only be able to get access to it through that way. And I am so incredibly, I'm still downloading all the information surrounding it, but I have some amazing like giveaways that I'm going to work in with it. So if this is something that you are interested in, register below and get all the details. So I think that's all I need to say about that right now. But who knows? We might come back because, hey, squirrel brain. I feel like with this unveiling of the new podcast Upleveling, I really need to bring in to the space a tarot card reading for today, because why not? If you're watching me here on YouTube, then you are going to see the cards that I pull. This has been something that has been missing from my podcast. And I talk a lot with my hands in my podcasts. So you guys are going to see all the funny shit now when you watch me on YouTube. So I would always show my like audio, even though nobody could see me on the podcast before. I would always show it, and now I can actually show you the beauty. So this is the tarot card deck that I always use, and it is absolutely gorgeous, you guys. It is the Moonchild Tarot, written and illustrated by Danielle Knoll. So if you're interested, that's where you can find it. Google her or Moonchild Tarot, and we can go from there. So what we're going to do is we are going to take a moment and connect to our breath. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. exhale, 2, 3, 4. Taking a moment to bring about something that you have been looking for answers on, looking for guidance towards, and bringing that situation or question into the forefront of your mind, bringing your energy around it and hoping, or we are going to answer that question here today. So just focusing your attention on the question as I shuffle these cards. And I always set the intention when I'm doing these that it answers and seeks to everybody that is here watching. So you always find some sort of guidance with this. Okay. And then I separate my cards into 3 piles. One day I'm going to get really good at this and like have a camera over a table too, so that you can see both parts. But we're just taking baby steps because I very easily get caught in overwhelm. And if I think something's going to be too overwhelming, then I just stop myself completely. And this has been evident with this YouTube channel for a long, long time. I have been talking about this for probably a year, and I'm finally taking action on it because I would always let myself get tripped up in overwhelm, and that is that. So when I separate my cards into 3 piles, I allow my intuition to guide me to which pile is needed. And it was definitely drawn to the first or the middle pile right off the hop. So now I'm going to pull 3 cards and we are going to go from there. Okay. So I am going to, the first card we pulled was upside down 5 of Cups. I was trying to read it backwards in the screen. Didn't work. The 5 of Cups. Like, aren't the pictures on this absolutely gorgeous? So beautiful. The second card is the Lovers. And then the third card, like, look at these graphics, is the 8 of Wands. Okay. So I have never claimed to be an expert in the tarot. I would consider myself probably still a bit of a beginner with them, but when I do my readings, I allow my intuition to come into play and go from there. So you'll see me reading from the book a lot. So just to get over that. And we're looking for the 5 of Cups. The 5 of Cups. So remembering your question that you or situation that you are seeking guidance on, bringing that energy to the forefront, and here we go. So the 5 of Cups reversed. This is a card of new beginnings. As you ease into a new flow of improvement in your life, you are ready to take the next steps to move forward with confidence and strength. You can look back on the choices you have made and reflect on the lessons you have gleaned. If you are holding on to any suppressed feelings or burdens, now may be a time to acknowledge these with self-love and compassion. A time for forgiveness, clearing, introspection, and love. So, like, I find this absolutely ironic because for me personally, I'm launching this YouTube channel. And then you think about this season. It is currently April 5th, 2023 at the time of this recording, and it is springtime. So, springtime is about new beginnings, new growth, clearing out the old. So clearing out anything that was left stagnant or, just left over from winter, cleaning out those new energies. So I feel like this card is absolutely fitting. So keeping that in mind, taking inventory of what's going on with you for if you're harboring anything, any old limiting beliefs that are still lingering, any fears, things like that, and clearing those out and finally allowing yourself to completely release that. The next card is the Lovers. I always find it tricky to find these things. Oh, there we are. The Lovers. The Lovers are a potent symbol of the heart and can indicate a deep platonic friendship or romantic love in your life. This energy represents the soulful connections we make that call out beyond lifetimes or experiences. When we find someone who is truly familiar and safe and resonate with our field of wisdom and beliefs. The choices you make, however, may also affect your future path. So it is important to think them through on an individual level. How can you strengthen your own relationship with yourself before building a strong connection with another? Remember to mutually honor and celebrate your own dreams and stories. Your combined choices will always stand true when your foundation is equally imbued with self love and support. And this is one of the things that I'm always teaching my people is that in order to find the answers that you are looking for outward, we need to turn inward and listen to our own selves and souls. And this is so true in today's world because there is so much distractions going on outwardly, trying to get our attention, trying to force us to not force us, but like change our way in thinking. And when we take a moment and reflect in, see our own power, our own worth, and know that our guidance within is exactly what's going to be guiding us where we need to go, that is where the answers that you seek are. I think that was just a complete channel, and I'm not even 100% sure how that all connects, but I know it does. Okay. And then the last card is the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is a card of swift action, transition, and positive news. Generally, when it shows up, it is an indication that things are moving along rather quickly. Here is a creative force that requires your personal resolve and attention, perhaps with regards to new opportunities that are coming your way. This is the kind of energy that ignites your momentum, forcing you to get up and make things happen. If life has been feeling overwhelming, know that a positive change is still very possible. You may need to think about how you are dividing your efforts. Once you focus on a specific task or goal, there is nothing you cannot accomplish. This is the self direction, determination, and confidence that comes from clarity, vision, and drive. The Eight of Wands may also highlight positive success through group strength and cooperation, a time to be decisive and courageous. This card is again like bang on for where I personally am at because with this whole YouTube launch, this has happened really actually quickly. And I haven't allowed myself much time to overthink things. And same with the YouTube experience that I am going to be running starting next week. Um, it is absolutely going to be transformational. And I know there is probably a lot of things that if I wanted to have them perfect, I would need to get done in the background. But I know myself and where I want to go. And the momentum I am feeling with this is huge, like huge, huge, huge. So I can't let myself get into that moment and overanalyze all the things I know I need to do. So if you're looking for the answers on how to move yourself from stuck, if you have been focusing your energy or your time on your strategy or your marketing and it's just not working. But meanwhile, working on the energy is going to take you even further. And this is what answering the call is all about. It's about shifting your energy inside and creating those results outside. This is how we get the hierarchy of change. We start with the spiritual and energetic level to create the results we want outside. Where most people think if we start changing our environment and our results, that's when we get the changes that we are seeking. How many times do we talk to people and you know they'll say like especially in business, well if I just make five, like I don't know, I'm using 5,000 as the number that comes to mind. I don't know why. If I just make 5,000 in my business, all my problems will be solved, I'll be good. But then they get to that level and they're still the same. They're still having those same problems. They're still having those same, insecurities. And then their next thing is, well, if I just get to the next level, if I just get to 10K, then that's going to change my results. That's going to like make things be hunky dory. No, they're constantly seeking outside themselves. And you can even see that in, I'm sure, people that you know that are in your world. You have somebody that flip-flops every 5 seconds. And, they're constantly thinking that if I do this, this will make me happy. If I do that, that will make me happy. If I have that, that will make me happy. But it's the inside that begins to signify the change. It begins to make yourself happy. When you learn that from that standpoint, that is where the changes happen. So, if this is something that you need, you're ready to answer the call for more, that you have been doing the work, but it just hasn't been the right work. That you need to go deeper. You need to go deeper and shift yourself at a subconscious level. Because there is that unconditional or unconditioned programming that is constantly running. And when we start to rewire that system, that is where we begin to make our shifts. When we start to begin to tell our subconscious mind the things that we want it to hear, it begins to work for us instead of against us. So that is why I've created Answer the Call. This is a YouTube experience exclusively on my YouTube channel, but it is only available through registration. It is completely free. There is an option to upgrade, so more details will be coming on that. but the experience itself is completely free as long as you register through the link. So that is down below. If you are watching me on YouTube and you absolutely loved this episode, I want to thank you so much for joining me on my first official video of YouTube. And give me a like. I don't know how they do all the things. Give me some love down below, either with some comments or a like. And we will be back next week with the experience answering the call. This podcast episodes are going to be answering the what and the why and what we are doing, and like sort of the theory behind where we're going, so that you have a better understanding with the work that you are doing inside answering the call. Guys, I am absolutely elated that we are here. I am so grateful that you are here to join me on this journey. And if you want to get notifications on when my new videos are up, please hit the subscribe button below, and we will see you next week, guys.